What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tony Mo from Pixabyte, and today I have a very special just release for you. We are looking at an arcade racing game called Descend, developed by Dayviewer. The game just released and is available through IndieDB.com. It's actually free, and Dayviewer is actually 3 students who created this game as a graduation project using the Unity engine in 4 months. 4 months only! It's crazy, but before I get into that and kind of what I want to focus the center of this that's just released on, let's talk a little bit about the game and its mechanics. You see we're racing through this sort of crazy sci-fi looking track here, this canyon. The game, we've been told by the developers, it's taken inspiration from games like Wipeout and Trackmania. I definitely see the Wipeout, inspiration. It's very sci-fi. We got the signs floating everywhere, hover cars. As you see here, look, this is the entire track. We can play it descending or ascending, daytime or nighttime. And they've spent a lot of time just designing this island. It's a very nice looking game. The Unity engine has, allowed them to make a very crisp, clean looking, rather beautiful game. I mean, as simple as it is, and I'm sure it doesn't have that much polish being 4 months. It looks very nice. It's very cool. Now, there's not a lot we can do here. Like I said, we can play the track ascending or descending. We can play it daytime or nighttime. We'll hop into nighttime. We have 4 different vehicles we can choose from here. We have the Aqua, the Ignis, the Soul, and the Terra. Kind of, I think, named after elements: the Earth, Terra, Soul, Sun, Ignis, Fire, Aqua, Water. We're gonna hop into the Soul here. I mean, they all have different stats. It's a different speed and different handling, basically, is the only differences. Let's whiz through this track. Now, I don't know if they intended you to be able to use an Xbox controller. I can't use it to navigate the menus, and my mouse kind of stays up on screen, but I plugged in an Xbox controller, and I can use right trigger to accelerate, left trigger to brake, and then I can use the X button to boost. Yeah! Now, the vehicles themselves they remind me of maybe 2 Tron cycles with a Pagani Zonda and a Batmobile that kind of mated, smashed in the middle. I don't really know if that's actually what they planned. That's my crazy ideology of what this vehicle looks like. Now, you see at nighttime, though, the small details they put into the game, the lighting effects, really show, which is something that's kind of important in a sci-fi setting, to have that kind of Blade Runner glow to everything. I like that very much about this. We'll do ascending. We're going to do nighttime one more time, because I like the way it looks quite a bit. And we'll hop back in, and we'll do the Aqua. That's kind of like the balance vehicle here. And it's all just time trial based. I mean, there's 5 checkpoints as you go up or down the hill. And, you just try and beat your time over and over, basically. So that's all what I've been doing. I've actually kind of found some enjoyment out of it. When I first started, I crashed like every 10 seconds. And then I finally kind of got the idea of how the vehicles control. Now, in terms of the, the Trackmania reference, I think that's all about the physics. You can see right there, I went up that hill. Trackmania is very over-exaggerated physics if you've never played it. I mean, you hit the tiniest bump doing like 300 miles an hour and your car will just get destroyed and tossed. And that's kind of how this game feels. If you really whiz and you hit like that one little jump there, you'll fly right into that glass. You really got to be careful. We beat our time. 38? No, man, my best one's 34. Now, while there's not much to show off of this game, it is just a proof of concept. The team, they're not going to do anything else with this. This is just what they made as a product. They're very proud of it. They just wanted to show it off. I think it's an exceptionally well done little, 4-month project they've created here, which is 3 people, all the assets 2D and 3D being created by them. The music is really, it works with the game. I like it. It's actually very catchy. I like the intro music, especially when you're sitting at the menu. It reminds me of something I would have played in arcade, back in the day, maybe some San Francisco 2040. I forget those weird racing games you used to always play at the arcade back in the day. But it's a really fun just experience just to play this game and know that these 3 students made this game in only 4 months. And that's kind of something I want to talk about, in terms of, to end this, I mean, they're indie developers, and I think that's what's so great about games like this and indie development in general, is that I think indie games are just more passion than any AAA title could ever be. I'm not saying that, lots of AAA titles like BioShock, games that, whatever, Halo, that a lot of passion isn't put in. Those individual people, they definitely put passion into their games. That's why they're in the industry. But I think indie developers are kind of that step above. They're like the college football players. Once they get to the pros, they're kind of making the money. And let's face it, some people kind of get, a little bit jaded by money. Once they start making the money, it's like, they're obviously not going to be using... I don't think everyone's going to continue to use all their heart and soul. And indie developers, I mean, they work full-time. I'm sure these guys were at school, probably working part-time to full-time jobs to pay for school, and they still managed to make the time to dedicate to make this awesome little game. And that's what indie developers are all about, man. Just heart and soul, dedication, their free time. Their own money to make the games that they've always wanted to make, and I think that's a very special thing, and that's what I think is very cool about this proof of concept. I really hope we see these guys in the future. We see Dayviewer in the future on IndieDB, on Greenlight, on Kickstarter, whatever, trying to back their next awesome original racing game idea. Now, like I said, it's free, guys. Please go check this game out. We will always, as always, we will have a link in the description below to take you over to the IndieDB website. You know, give them some feedback, give the devs some feedback, let them know you like this idea, you want to see them do something with it, make their own racing game, whatever it may be. Give them some positive feedback, give them some inspiration themselves, and please take some inspiration from this 4-month project that they've created. And that's it, guys. As always, for more indie game coverage and more awesome games like Ascend, please subscribe to us here on Pixabyte. It's been Tony Mo, and I'll see you guys later.